We're all obsessed with control. It's a silent force that shapes our days, our choices, and even our dreams. Whether we admit it or not, the desire to orchestrate every detail of our lives is almost universal. We want to be the puppet masters, pulling the strings, believing that if we just try hard enough, we can make the world dance to our tune. It's hardwired into us from childhood, stacking blocks, planning our lives, scripting every detail. We're taught to color inside the lines, to follow the rules, to set goals, and chase them relentlessly. Even as kids, we're praised for being organized, for having a plan, for knowing what we want to be when we grow up. The world rewards those who seem to have it all figured out. We crave the comfort of knowing what comes next, believing that if we plan hard enough, we can bend reality to our will. Our calendars become battlegrounds, our reminders a constant drumbeat. We fill our days with checklists and schedules, convinced that order will protect us from chaos. The unknown feels like a threat, so we try to outsmart it, to stay one step ahead. But this isn't arrogance, it's fear. Fear of the unknown, of failure, of looking foolish. We're terrified of making mistakes, of being caught off guard, of not living up to expectations, our own, or those of others. So we build walls of certainty, hoping they'll keep the darkness out. But deep down, we know those walls are paper thin. So we build cages of plans and expectations, mapping out our futures like road trips with every stop pre-booked. We convince ourselves that if we just prepare enough, nothing can go wrong. We script our lives down to the minute, hoping to avoid disappointment, heartbreak, or regret. But in doing so, we often lock ourselves away from the very things that make life worth living. But the armor we build is made of glass. It looks strong, but it's fragile. One unexpected blow, and it shatters. The more we try to protect ourselves, the more brittle we become. Every plan is a promise we make to ourselves, but life has a way of breaking promises. No matter how carefully we craft them, we become micromanagers, missing the wild, unpredictable beauty of life while clinging to our scripts. We're so focused on what's next that we forget to notice what's now. The world moves around us in vibrant color, but we see only the black and white of our plans. We miss the laughter, the surprises, the moments that can't be scheduled. Sure, when things go as planned, we feel powerful, but it's fleeting, a high that never lasts. The satisfaction of control is always temporary, always just out of reach. As soon as one plan works out, we're already worrying about the next. The victories are brief, the anxiety constant. We chase certainty in a world that offers none. We search for answers in places where there are only questions. The more we grasp, the more elusive control becomes. It's like trying to hold on to smoke. No matter how tightly we close our fists, it slips through our fingers. The truth? Life is chaos. Our perfect maps are just paper, easily burned by the next twist of fate. Plans dissolve, expectations crumble, and the future remains stubbornly unpredictable. No matter how much we prepare, life will always find a way to surprise us. Sometimes with heartbreak, sometimes with joy. The more we try to control, the more we miss the point, the journey itself. Life isn't about reaching a destination with every detail mapped out. It's about wandering, getting lost, stumbling into the unexpected. It's about the detours, the wrong turns, the moments that catch us off guard and change us forever. Control is a comforting illusion, but it keeps us from truly living. Eventually, life shatters our illusion of control. You can plan every detail, but reality doesn't care. Jobs vanish, relationships end, flights get canceled, pandemics hit. These aren't rare exceptions, they're the main event. You plan the perfect date, and it flops. You work for years, and get replaced by an algorithm. The universe reminds us, sometimes gently, sometimes with a brick to the face, you're not the director here. We tie our self-worth to outcomes, blaming ourselves when things go wrong. But sometimes, there are earthquakes. No amount of planning can prevent them. Most of life is wildly outside your control. The economy, the weather, other people, even your own body. Trying to manage it all is exhausting and futile. Accepting this is the first step to real freedom. The pursuit of control is a direct route to anxiety. Every attempt to force an outcome is a bet against chaos. Chaos always wins. You become a hypervigilant security guard, always on edge, always bracing for disaster. Anxiety is the gap between what you want and what is. The more you try to close that gap by force, the more tension you create. Life isn't a vending machine. Effort doesn't guarantee results. The need to control turns life into a problem to solve, not an experience to enjoy. You can't enjoy the present if you're obsessed with managing the future. The game of control robs you of joy, connection, and fun. Let go, and you might actually start living. Entitlement is control's ugly cousin, the belief that effort guarantees reward. It's the quiet voice that whispers, I did my part, so where's my prize? We're taught from a young age that if we just work hard enough, if we follow the rules and check all the boxes, the universe will pay us back, in kind. But that's a comforting lie. The world doesn't operate on a system of cosmic fairness, and the sooner we accept that, the freer we become. When reality doesn't match our expectations, we feel cheated, not just disappointed. It's as if we've been robbed of something we were promised, even though no such promise was ever made. We look for someone or something to blame, bad luck, unfair systems, or even ourselves. But the truth is, disappointment is a natural part of life, not a sign that you've been wronged. But the universe isn't keeping score. It's not fair, and it doesn't owe you anything. There's no invisible ledger balancing your good deeds against your setbacks. The world spins on, indifferent to your plans, your dreams, your heartbreaks. Fairness is a human invention, not a law of nature. Your hard work shapes you, not the world's response. The hours you put in, the sweat, the struggle. They build your character, your resilience, your story. The outcome is never guaranteed, but the process is always yours. You become stronger, wiser, and more capable, regardless of whether the world applauds or ignores your efforts. Outcomes aren't guaranteed, no matter how much you want them. You can do everything right and still fall short. Sometimes, the dice just don't roll your way. That's not a reflection of your worth or your effort. It's just reality. Life is unpredictable, and luck plays a bigger role than we like to admit. Should have is poison. It keeps you chained to a fantasy. The idea that things should have gone differently, that you deserved a better outcome, only breeds resentment. It traps you in the past, replaying what ifs and could have beens, instead of moving forward with what is. The game isn't rigged against you, it's rigged against certainty itself. Life is a series of unpredictable moves, a roulette wheel spinning in the dark. No one is guaranteed a win, and no one is immune to loss. The only thing you can count on is uncertainty. You're entitled to nothing. Not success, not love, not even tomorrow. Every day you wake up is a chance, not a certainty. Every relationship, every opportunity, every breath is something extra, not something owed. The world doesn't hand out guarantees, and it never promised you a happy ending. Everything good is a gift. Every lucky break a bonus. The moments of joy, the unexpected kindness, the small victories. They're not payback for your suffering, but blessings to be cherished. When you stop expecting the world to reward you, you start noticing the beauty in what you do receive. Start from zero entitlement, and gratitude replaces bitterness. When you let go of the idea that you're owed something, you make space for appreciation. You see every sunrise, every laugh, every lesson as something precious, not payment for your effort, but a surprise to savor. Disappointment loses its sting, and life becomes a series of surprises, not debts to collect. You stop measuring your days by what you didn't get, and start celebrating what you did. The world feels lighter, and so do you. Let go of what you think you deserve, and everything becomes a gift. In the end, the universe owes you nothing, and that's what makes every good thing so extraordinary. The alternative to control isn't passivity, it's letting go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or surrendering to fate. It means choosing to stop fighting battles you can't win, and instead, redirecting your energy toward what you can influence. It's about recognizing the difference between what's within your grasp and what's beyond it, and having the courage to release your grip on the things you cannot change. In a world that constantly tells us to hold on tighter, letting go is a radical act of self-trust. Let go or be dragged. You can fight the current, or you can flow with it. Life's river is powerful, and sometimes, the more you resist, the more you suffer. When you let go, you're not abandoning yourself. You're allowing yourself to move with the natural rhythm of life. You're choosing to trust that the current will take you where you need to go, even if you can't see what's around the bend. Letting go is liberation. It frees up energy for creativity, connection, and presence. When you're not consumed by the need to control every outcome, you have more space to express yourself, to connect with others, and to be fully present in the moment. You become more open to inspiration, more willing to take risks, and more able to appreciate the beauty in the unexpected. Letting go is the birthplace of true creativity and authentic relationships. Real power isn't in controlling the world, but in controlling your response. The world will always be unpredictable, but your response is yours to shape. The ability to choose your attitude, your actions, and your focus, no matter what's happening around you. This is the foundation of resilience. When you release the need for specific outcomes, you become adaptable and resilient. You learn to see setbacks as opportunities, not failures. You start to understand that every fall is a chance to rise again, stronger and wiser. Life becomes less about controlling the narrative and more about embracing the journey with all its twists and turns. You stop trying to calm the ocean and start learning to surf. Instead of exhausting yourself, trying to make the waves disappear, you learn to ride them. You become more agile, more playful, and more at peace with uncertainty. The storms don't stop coming, but you become better equipped to navigate them. Letting go also means letting go of old stories about who you should be, what you should achieve, and how life should unfold. It's about rewriting your narrative, one page at a time, and allowing yourself to grow beyond your past limitations. Focus on changing yourself, not the unchangeable. The only real control you have is over your own growth, your own healing, and your own choices. When you shift your focus inward, you become a force of change in your own life, regardless of what's happening outside. Surrender is a skill. It feels awkward at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Like learning to dance or ride, you'll stumble, you'll fall, but each time you get back up, you become more comfortable with uncertainty. You start to trust yourself, even when the path ahead isn't clear. You'll still feel anxiety, but you'll learn to find beauty in the mess. Life is rarely tidy, and that's where its magic lies. When you let go, you open yourself to the full spectrum of experience. The joy, the pain, the uncertainty, and the wonder. Trust that you can handle whatever comes, even if you don't know what's next. The future is always uncertain, but your ability to adapt is your greatest asset. When you let go, you make space for new possibilities to emerge. Stop being the puppet master, become the dancer. Let life move through you, and respond with grace, creativity, and courage. The more you let go, the more you discover your own unique rhythm. That's where real freedom lives. In the space between control and chaos, in the willingness to trust yourself, and in the courage to let go, you find the freedom to truly live. There's a difference between control and influence. Trying to control life is like yelling at the weather, pointless and exhausting. Influence is being the pilot. You can't stop the storm, but you can change your course. Focus on what's in your cockpit. Your actions, your attitude, your choices. You can't control outcomes, but you can control your preparation and response. Master your domain. Kindness, effort, learning from mistakes. Everything else, the reactions of others, fate, fortune, it's just weather. Your job isn't to command the storm, but to navigate through it. Influence increases your odds, but never guarantees a smooth flight. Even the best pilot can't prevent every crash. Accepting this isn't weakness, it's wisdom. That's how you become truly effective. Obsessing over control is rejecting the present. When you're always planning, you're not living, you're haunting. What if? Embracing the unknown unlocks the now. Trust in your ability to handle what comes, and you can finally be present. Life's beauty is in the static, the pops, hisses, and imperfections. Control freaks try to erase the mess, but that kills the music. Learn to dance with the chaos, not fight it. True joy is found in unscripted moments, not perfect plans. The best parts of life are the surprises you never scheduled. Leave the door open for them. We think a smooth life is the goal, but that's stagnation, not growth. Strength is forged in chaos, not comfort. The most resilient people have lived through mess, not perfection. Every failure, heartbreak, and setback is a lesson in creativity and grit. Chaos is the ultimate personal trainer. It pushes you to discover your real strength. You learn you're more adaptable than you thought. Broken hearts heal, and sometimes become stronger in the broken places. These lessons can't be taught, only lived. Don't wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to handle a hard one. See every disruption as an invitation to grow. The chaos isn't the obstacle, it's the raw material of your story. Embrace it, and you become unbreakable. You can try to write a perfect story, but life will always improvise. You're just one character in a much bigger, wilder tale. Your job isn't to dictate the plot, but to play your part with heart. The illusion of control is a cage. Letting go is the key. You won't get everything you want, but you'll gain freedom. Freedom to be yourself, to try, fail, and try again. Peace isn't found in order, but in knowing you can handle disorder. Make peace with chaos, and you'll find calm in the storm. Stop trying to tame life. Let it be messy, unfinished, and real. Drop the script, burn the map, and step into the unknown. This moment is all you have. Don't waste it trying to control the next. Embrace the beautiful, unwritten page. If you agree, ink, rage, repeat, share, like, and subscribe. See you next time.